Hello, my name is Kamari, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a crossover cable. For this, we're going to need a wire cutter, a connector crimper, two RJ45 connectors, wire stripper, and an Ethernet cable tester with batteries. Okay, within the Ethernet cable, there are four pairs of twisted wires. The first pair is the white-green, and the first pair I'm going to be talking about is the white, green, and the green. Then is the white, orange, and orange. Then the white, brown, and brown. And then the white, blue, and blue. Okay, so to make a crossover cord, the configuration of how the wires are ordered is extremely important. For copper wires, the way you order the wires on either side change what type of wire it is. So for crossover cables, both sides must be different. The exact configuration of the wires is called a TIA 568A or B. So for this, we're going to be doing TIA 568A and TIA 568B. For TIA 568A, the exact configuration is white orange, orange, white green, blue, white blue, green, white brown, brown, and then for TIA 568B, it is white green, green, white orange, blue, white blue, orange, white brown, brown. Okay. Once the wires have been stripped and reconfigured to be in the either T568A or B, next you would use the RJ45 connectors to put the wires in, and then you would crimp it. However, when doing this, you must make sure that when you put your wires in, that they reach all the way to the tip, because if not, it's not going to be able to, your cable tester isn't going to be able to read it. And it's always good form that when you're making these wires is that you cut it long enough to reach the end of the connector, but also short enough for a little bit of the blue protector to go inside of the connector. Okay, so all right, in actually making the crossover cord, the first step we're going to need to do is use the wire stripper to cut off a piece of wire. All right, step one. Let's go ahead and use the wire stripper to cut off about 1 inch of wire of the wire covering, and in doing so you have to be extremely careful that you don't actually cut the wires, because if not you would have to start again, because if they snap off or break off, we're going to have to cut the actual piece of wire, because then the corresponding wires are going to be too long. So we would have to cut it. And when unraveling these wires, it's, at least with the middle plastic piece in the middle, it's good to do it one at a time and being gentle yet firm. Okay. And that's just going around and unwinding them. And Now we're done with that. Then we can use the wire cutter to cut the piece in the middle. And now we've officially cut off our untangled our cord. All right. To go ahead and start connecting to the RJ45 connectors, we're gonna need to go ahead and straighten out the cables to fit. The only thing about this is that you have to be extremely careful about how much pressure is being applied to the wires, because if you pull, twist too much, it'll snap. All right, I have them mostly straightened now. The first configuration that we're doing is for the T685A, and that is going to be white, green, white, orange, blue, orange, white, brown, brown. Okay? And when we have it sufficiently straightened, it should look like this. Okay. You have to put in a lot of pressure to keep it straight, because the next step we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut it. Okay. Using our wire cutter. Now it's all straight. However, you have to make sure that once you actually put it in, it would all fit with a little of the blue insulator inside of the connector as well. And for the wire that I've just cut, it's a little too long, so I'm going to have to cut it again. Okay, so just a little bit. Probably got to shave off just about a centimeter, I think. Okay. And once we have them, should be just about like that. And when you're putting on the connector, make sure that the actual pin part is towards you, because otherwise the order would be different and mess up your connection. So let's go ahead and insert. When you're inserting, it's good to pay attention to whether or not the wires are going in straight, because what can happen is that as you're putting it in, it'll kind of move over to another pin position, and we can't have that, because then it's not going to connect properly. So, okay, yep, this step is a little tricky, so it's okay if we mess up and gotta go again. However, gotta make sure we push that all the way in, and then check all around to see that everything went all the way in. And so right towards the brown, we have a problem. So that's white, green, blue. All right, and once we have them straight, we go ahead and we put them in all the way. Okay. Go ahead and put a little bit of the blue insulator in. Yep, and once you put them all in, you should be able to see the colors. And so the white green wire should be on your left hand side with the pins facing you, and the brown wire should be on your right hand side with the pins facing you. And you should be able to see the tips of the colors at the top. If you don't see that, then you might want to try again, because once you go ahead and use the crimper tool to go ahead and crimp your wires, crimp the RJ connector, you're not going to be able to do it again. So actually, before I crimp that, let me do a double check. Make sure everything is in. Okay, I think it's in. Gonna go ahead and put this in. Alright, and to crump it, all you have, well, at least if you have this, you just put this in and squeeze the handle, and it does the rest. You can test to see if it's crimped by pulling on it a little, not too much, but just a little. And yeah, so we got our A part done. Now we're gonna do our B part. It's exactly how it was the first time. However, the only difference would be the color of the wires. So once we use our wire cutter to cut off the insulator and then unwind our wires, all of them, we can go ahead and put the next our last connector on. And for this one, it's going to be slightly different, as instead of using white green to lead, we'll use white blue. So the configuration for this side is going to be white orange, orange, white green, blue, white blue, green, white brown, brown. And that's for TIA 568B. Okay. All right, we had a little trouble at first getting this on. However, for the white, orange, white, green, blue, white, blue connector configuration, let's see, keep sliding, which you have to pay close attention when it does that, because you don't want to go ahead and crimp it after it slides, because then you won't be able to take it out. And if it slides, then that'll be a different configuration. So let's go ahead and keep our finger on the blue piece to go ahead and slide that in all the way. And yep, they're all in now. Right, so time to go ahead and crimp this side. Okay. Alright, now both sides are crimped, so we can go ahead and dust it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the cable tester to the on. And the light is quite fast as it is. And what we're supposed to be doing is making sure that it's changing colors at the same rate for both sides. It's not going to be the exact same like how it would be on a straight through, because the connection isn't just going straight through. So here we're going to go ahead and stick the pins facing you with the cable tester facing away from you, and put that in, and then put it in on its corresponding Ethernet side for the remote. And yep, it's changing color at the same pace. Alright, okay, so that means that we're good. Alright, and now we have together made an Ethernet crossover cord. Okay, and thank you for watching my video, and I hope if you made any mistakes during putting on the RJ45 connector and your connection wasn't progressing how it was supposed to be, you can go ahead and go back and start all over again. Cut the cord, reconfigure your wires, strip the wires. Well, so you would have to strip the cord first before you reconfigure your wires. Then after you got them straight, just a little bend in either direction to shimmy it, and then cut it again so it fits in your RJ45 connector and put the thing back on. Then you can go ahead and try again. The only thing about that is that you would end up going through a lot of RJ45 connectors, so I would just be careful about that. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope you have a wonderful day.